Julie, came from Poland. Thank you very much for being here. Hello, my name is Julie Juhi-Jian. I'm the director of the last film that you watched called Happen to Happen. I'm from South Korea. Yeah, and my film is it contains little pieces of my experiences and my stories. And it's about the main character, Nuri, getting to her destination and facing unforeseen events or unexpected things, surprises, and it shows her growth and change throughout all those unexpected events. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Peter Sabo from Toronto, Canada. My film was, the one I directed is No More Time. And it was 1 year ago. I filmed it here in Barcelona with local cast and crew. Many are here. And it's wonderful to be here. This is the world premiere. So thank you, Love and Hope International Film Festival, for bringing me back to Barcelona so we can watch the film we made.
Hi, I'm Tommy, and I directed and wrote the film Aina together with my brother Michael. Yeah, and it's super nice to be here, and we're super happy that there are so many of you watching our film. Thank you so much.
Hello everyone, my name is Esther, I am from Hungary and I am the writer and one of the directors of the short called Last Chance.
And I am the technical director and the cinematographer of Last Chance.
Yeah, which is, so yeah, this is the Longboarder movie, what you just saw, and it's about this daughter seeking for connection with her dad, and this dad seeking for connection with his daughter, and they kind of find connection through longboarding, not entirely with their own like parent and daughter, but with each other.
So you can keep it there. We start with you again, with Rob Bauer. Tell us about the process, from writing to post-production to what we see right now, and what was the most difficult part in that process?
Okay, so the story is like inspired by like a personal stuff. So the writing process was super easy and probably never easier. But the production was challenging because our teenage cast was like professional longboarders but amateur actors, and our main Dodi was a professional actor but amateur longboarder, let's say. So it was a big challenge because he really wanted to learn how to do the longboard things himself. So we spent a lot of time with him, like teaching him how to longboard, and he was actually like coaching the kids to act, which was a really beautiful process to experience. The biggest challenge was probably the time and money, because we didn't have much of either. So it was like really, really challenging thing, because we had first-time directors. Like, I'm a writer, he's a DOP, so directing is, we did some music videos, but this was our first one as like a feature, like a short feature directing, and so like we were kind of naive with everything, and we had like high expectations and high dreams of everything, and in such a short amount of time directing something which is more like an action movie, it was very, very challenging. But it was a beautiful experience. The cast and crew was amazing and supported us through the process, and here we are.
Yeah, this was our first short film, our first film in general actually, and we started writing it in 2020 and shot it in 2021, and we shot it in 2020. No.
We shot it in 2021.
We shot it in 2021 in Sweden in 10 days with 4 people, us two, the actress and our assistant director Michelle. Yeah, and it was a real adventure as well, shooting it in Sweden. Yeah.
And maybe the biggest challenge for us was as we shot it outdoors and we really wanted to shoot it remote, and we had 10 shooting days, and we went there, we drove for 2 days and we drove back for 2 days, so there was no opportunity for a reshoot or anything. And we had to learn that we were dependent on the weather and that we had to work with nature and not against it, even though we planned for a sunny scene, but we had a lot of rain or something, so we just had to make it work and use nature in our advantage and not try to fight against it. That was maybe the biggest challenge for us, but it was super fun. It was a great adventure.
No More Time. I wanted to, I like science fiction movies, I like time movies, but I wanted to do something different about time. And I was also struggling with, when I look at my calendar and all the things that are scheduled in my calendar, and there's no time to, and I thought, what would it be like if time just disappeared and we had no idea of what time means? And this character he was sort of new. Okay, this is what it's like that we could all be free if we didn't have to have schedules and calendars and clocks. So that was the idea. I didn't know I would make it here in Barcelona until we were coming on a family vacation. And then I met my other producer and the cinematographer on Facebook. And it all just came together beautifully. You said what was difficult? Nothing, because he helped me with the locations, with helping me, he pulled together the crew, and we did the casting. I hadn't met anybody till I landed here in Barcelona, and came here a couple of days before, and then we filmed for 2 days, and it all came together beautifully. So, yeah, it was great.
So I'm a full-time film composer, and this is my first debut film as a filmmaker. So that was the biggest challenge. And everything was paid from out of my pocket. So as all you know, as the first filmmaker, it's not so easy. And there were 5 people, including myself, traveling and shooting this film. It was actually fun traveling with the cat, because 2 of the staff were allergic to cats. Yeah, they had to take the pills. So I'm very grateful for them. And yeah, everything was not easy, but learning process and having fun with people. There were actually all my friends who are involved in film industry, so it was a great opportunity for me to make this one. Thank you.
So actually, Int'l is my film school diploma, and we started pre-production around spring 2020. Then we were shooting in summer, and then the post-production took almost 3 years, because the other ones said, also our biggest challenge was the budget, because school gave us nothing, but we have some small crowdfunding, and we paid out of our pockets. I think also the biggest challenge was to have a little bit futuristic look for this film, for this app, with no budget, so we decided actually to close a little bit closer. In this instant place, there's no wider shots, and yeah, I think that was this challenge.
That dilemma, we all need money to make movies, right? That's the biggest challenge. I want one person, please, who can give me a good question that each of them can answer better than my questions. Who's gonna be? What will be our last question? Come on, guys. There you go, Keith.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, so as an independent filmmaker, this is the one thing that I always wish would happen. If somebody came to you and said, hey, here's an unlimited amount of money, what's the next project that you would do?
You can start.
I think being like a beginner after just school for me, it's always good to have some project writing like almost ready to pitch or to have. I think I will shoot some drama I'm writing about a grandpa who's dying and who's inviting all of her family and friends to the island to vacation. But the plot twist is that she's not inviting just alive members of the family, but also the dead ones.
Well, the next one that I want to make, if I have a big budget, would be thriller suspense. There's a. Should I spoil it? Yeah, like playing a game with college students, but then the playing game becomes a reality, and then there becomes a suspense from that game being a real thing. Yeah.
Unlimited budget. That's a tough one. Either a documentary about independent singer-songwriters that are not household names but have been working for decades. I've made a short film a couple of years ago because I wanted to make a bigger thing and I didn't have a budget for it. So, or an action thriller about that I'm working on a story right now. So it'd be an action thriller, or international settings about sort of a secret society of wealthy people trying to shut down the economy, and this group of rebels that want to fight against that.
I myself don't have a concrete idea, but I think what I would do is not try to make the next Avatar or I don't know what, but although it's tempting if you got the money, but I think I would try to still keep it simple and try to tell a real story.